I had a conversation with a pastor who I honestly, I don't know him well. I just grew up admiring the way he preached. And he had a fall from grace, a public fall from grace. It was all over the newspapers.
I know.
You know who it is?
Could we say it's out of Tulsa?
No. Yeah, let's say let's say it's out of Tulsa. Yes, let's say it's out of Tulsa.
Okay, it's out of Tulsa.
Out of Tulsa. And he read my book, and he said what resonated with him was that his best friends in the ministry, when he was going through that, wouldn't even take his call.
That's so Christian, right?
And I invite people to think about, how do we show up like that in other areas of our lives? When somebody gets in trouble at work, what happens? Mm-hmm. Everybody just kind of separates themselves from them. We've seen the people who are on the cut list when we're getting ready to do severance packages. Yeah. They're the ones that, now people are not talking to them, like they have the scarlet letter written on them. And why do we do that? Maybe we don't know what to say. But in our shared bottoms, there's some things that can, I think, bring us together in our shared humanity. Yeah. And he was just saying that the book really uplifted his spirit and helped him to think through again what his ultimate purpose is. Because if we could be more honest about these things, we all have things that if someone were to shine a spotlight and have the camera rolling throughout our entire lives, that we might not be so proud of.
It's a great way to work it from, like, if there was real, again, we're like, we can't argue. Yeah. It's all there.
I tell a story about, there's a group of friends who, before pre-COVID, we used to have these huge summer parties. And it's hot.
Sounds fun.
It's hot in the Midwest, right?
Uh-huh.
And the
hot and humid, sticky.
Hot and humid and sticky. And the younger you are, your legs tend to look nicer. Again, I'm speaking in sweeping generalizations, right? When you're young, your legs are hot. And the older you get, the knees just kind of, I don't know. They get, I don't know what happens. They're just not quite, I don't know. And you can't work out.
They weren't what they were at 27.
No. And so I notice friends, and some of whom aren't that old, going, oh my gosh, I mean, why is she wearing such short shorts? Well, because she's 19. It's like when you have nice legs, you wear short shorts. Yeah. But here's what's fascinating. They seem to forget that when they were 19, they wore short shorts.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, I have video of you in, Daisy Dukes. And if you're old enough, somebody's got a picture of you somewhere in some hot pants. Mm-hmm. And so what does it look like for us to stop going back in history, rewriting it in our favor, and then saying, oh my gosh. And you and I have had conversations about this. Mm-hmm. When people are not doing something right, air quotes over here, around issues of diversity and inclusion or racial equity, the best way to bring them along that journey is to say, at one point I thought this, or at one point I did this, and so I get it, and let me give you a different perspective to consider, and let's get curious together and try to bring you along. So I don't know. That
for me was so healing, because I was still acting from my trauma. I was still acting from my being the victim. And you helped me. You allowed me to settle in, to see it from a different perspective, that it can help others. So you helped me in those discussions that we had. You helped me see it in a different way. And I was like, oh,